Welcome to Enchanted Tiara, where every story wears a crown.
This is the story of a princess who could understand the language of flowers. But this was only the beginning of the story. The real magic lived in her heart. Her name was Zara. They say that when she was born, thousands of flowers bloomed together in the palace garden, as if the earth itself was welcoming her. The air carried a sweet fragrance, and the birds chirped as if an old story was coming to life again. From childhood, Zara was not like ordinary princesses. She did not care much for golden swings, expensive toys, or sparkling outfits. Her heart always wandered in the palace garden paths, where the petals of flowers brushed against her, and the scent of the earth carried the essence of life. When she went near the flowers, she would speak to them as if they were alive.
Your petals are so
and the
lovely
remarkable
today.
thing was that the flowers answered her. The rose would say to her in a gentle voice, "Princess, your heart feels heavy today." The jasmine would smile and say, "The silence of the night is your friend. Do not fear it." The lotus flower would ripple gently on the water and speak, "Patience does not mean stopping. It means continuing to flow." Zara would keep these words safely in her heart as if they were precious secrets. People in the palace knew that Zara was different, but no one truly understood the depth of this secret. Her father, King Ayan, was wise but stern. He believed that the princess should only learn the laws and politics of the kingdom. To him, speaking with flowers seemed childish. But Zara's mother, Queen Raisa, quietly supported her. She would say, "The daughter whose bond is with nature holds a rank higher than ordinary people." Time passed, and Zara reached the threshold of youth. Her hair was as dark as the night, and her eyes shone like the morning. People came from far and wide to see her, but her true beauty was in her smile and her gentle heart. Then one day, a strange sadness spread over the kingdom. The garden flowers began to wither, the air lost its sweet fragrance, and the birds' songs fell silent. Zara grew restless. She went to the garden and asked the flowers what had happened. The withered rose spoke in a tearful voice, "Princess, the heart of nature is in pain." Jasmine said, "Humans have begun to forget respect for the earth." The lotus said softly, "An ancient magic has awakened, which only you can understand." That night, Zara had a dream. In the dream, she saw a woman filled with light, whose hair floated in the air, and wherever her feet touched, flowers bloomed. She was the queen of nature. She told Zara, "If you can hear the voice of the flowers, it is your responsibility to feel their pain. An ancient magic is breaking, and if it breaks completely, this land will become barren." At dawn, Zara made her decision. She told her mother everything, and then, with courage, said to her father, "Father, my purpose in life is not just to be a princess, but to protect this land." King Ayan was angry at first, but when he saw the withered flowers in the garden and felt the sadness in the air, his heart melted. Zara set out on a journey. This journey was not just to leave the palace, but to face her fears and move forward. Forests, mountains, and valleys came in her path. Everywhere the flowers spoke to her, guided her, and gave her courage. Sometimes she grew tired, sometimes she felt sad, but the voice of the flowers was her support. In a deep valley, she encountered a dark magic that was draining the power of nature. This magic was imprisoned in the heart of a stone, which could only be broken by true love and sacrifice. The flowers told Zara that if she gave her voice, the ability to speak with flowers, to the stone, the magic would be destroyed, but she would never understand the language of flowers again. This decision was the hardest for Zara. The flowers were her life, her soul, but she thought of the land, the people, and the generations to come. With tears in her eyes and a gentle smile, she said, "If my silence allows the world to speak, then I accept this sacrifice." As soon as she released her power, the stone broke, light spread, and the magic ended. The valley became green again, flowers bloomed, and the fragrance of the air returned. Zara fell to the ground, weak but content. When she returned to the kingdom, people saw that the garden had come alive again. Flowers were blooming, birds were singing. Zara could no longer directly hear the voice of the flowers, but when she looked at them, her heart still spoke to them. People say that even today, the flowers come close to her and sway gently, as if silently expressing their gratitude.
Like, subscribe, and keep dreaming.
Bye-bye.